honest, this ring light is one of the best things I've had this year.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Itekisha or if this is your first time, you're very much welcome to my channel. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up right at the end of the video, and also comment down in the comment section and I'll definitely reply. And if you are a returning subscriber, a returning viewer, you know how we do all this. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and if you're watching my video for the second or third time and you're not yet subscribed, fam, what are you waiting for? I mean, I've tried to prove to you I'm a vibe, you know. But anyway, be sure to subscribe, comment down in the comment section, and I'm definitely going to be replying all my comments. Okay, so basically today is a school day. I am meant to be in school, but I couldn't make my first class, so I'm going to try to make my second class. But I just decided to do this video because I was actually telling one of my friends, and I thought about that. Okay, let me actually make it a video and get responses and see if people had been in like similar situations. So over the weekend I had to go and make my hair at home. I live in Ikorodu, by the way. I had to go over to Ikorodu to make my hair because my appointment was by 9 a.m. so I was out of Yaba as early as 7:30. So I know the traffic queue and everything. I had to leave early. But this is my braids, by the way. See how the baby is looking cute. Oh my god. But anyway, I had quite a few situations happen to me on my way to my hairdresser's place. I am going to start at the very top, starting from the beginning, the very beginning. The very beginning. As far as when I left my hostel, I had to wait for a bus for over like 20 minutes. I met this woman on the queue. Like immediately I got there, the woman was already looking at me, and I was like, okay, do I know you? Because I'm not good with, like putting names to faces. I may have met you before, but I'm not the kind of person to really remember if I knew you from somewhere, or maybe you're my mom's friend or something. So the woman kept looking at me, and then after a while, when I actually got close to her, I had to greet her because I didn't know if I knew her, or something. There was something that, okay, maybe we knew each other, or maybe she knew my mom or something. And this woman kept looking at me in the bus, and I was like, okay, something is wrong, or I don't know. So over during the journey now, the ride from Yaba to Ikorodu is approximately 40 minutes if there is no traffic, but there was traffic, so we spent like 1 hour. So before I got to Agric, I was supposed to get down at Agric bus stop. So I got to Agric, like a few minutes before we got to Agric bus stop. I already stood up, like say like 1 minute. I already stood up because I was carrying a big bag. I didn't want to disturb people, so I already stood up and went to stand like near the door. And then this woman really stood up from her seat to come and meet me, and she had the guts to tell me my gown was short. Fam. And I had to actually put everything together because I was like, okay, so this is why the woman was looking at me, because my gown was short. She was actually, I didn't even know. I think she was actually contemplating if to come and tell me or not. And then I was like, oh, I just kept smiling because she was an old woman. Not an old woman, but one of these Yoruba amebo women that don't mind their business. She really stood from her seat to come and meet me and told me my gown was short. And then she turned me, like, when somebody puts hand on you like this and turned you like this. So I had to turn. And then when I turned, she told me I'm stained. I was like, if you know how many things ran through my mind, because I didn't have a scarf, I didn't have an extra clothes, I didn't have a jacket, I didn't have nothing. I only had my bag that, okay, I thought I could use to cover my back or something. And then she was telling me, before we got to the bus stop, she was telling me, oh, this is why you should have worn a longer clothes. If you had worn a longer clothes, you'd have been able to wrap it or hold the dress well, so when you are stained won't show. At first, I was actually thinking, could I possibly be stained and not feel it and not know? I would have known. So I didn't say anything. She was just talking about my clothes, talking about my gown, that the gown was short. I should have worn something longer. I just laughed because one thing I don't like is when somebody talks about my clothes. First of all, fam, the clothes is on my body, not on your body. I am not your daughter. I don't look like an 8-year-old child. Do I look like an 8-year-old child to you? I think I am old enough to decide what I wear, what is comfortable for me, or what I'm comfortable in, or whatever. She really kept emphasizing on wearing something longer. Like that would have covered the blood stain. For a minute, I even forgot about, okay, the stain she said. Like, I had already stained. So I didn't say anything about that. When I was going down, I just smiled and said, thank you, ma. Yes, ma. Yes, ma. I understand. So I got down from the bus. And then this was where my part 2 story started. And then I started trying to cover up, started using my bag to shift. And you know, after a point, because the walk from the BRT bus stop to where Agric bus stop actually is a little bit far. So the walk from there to Agric bus stop itself was far, and I didn't see anybody my age that I could ask, please, am I stained? Is it bad or whatever? I kept seeing boys, and obviously I cannot ask boys. But anyway, I got to Agri bus stop, and then I saw a few girls. They were about to enter a cab, and then I quickly stopped them. Please, am I stained? The girl said no. That why am I fidgeting? And I was like, oh, a woman told me I was stained in the bus, and she was like, no, that there's no stain on it. And I was like, God will punish that one. I got to where I'll take Marwa. I was in there for like almost 5 minutes too, because I don't know, people were not going towards where I was actually going to, was towards Ishawu Road. Next thing, a man entered the Marwa. I was like, okay, yeah. And that man entered, and that man entered there. Like, so there were 3 men and then the driver. So like, I was the only lady amongst 4 other men. So we're 5. And then before the driver could move, there was this woman that came and was selling, you know how these herbal drugs people use for sexual enhancement, or maybe jetty or whatever. This woman came and she was advertising to me, and then she was like, it would push out your shoe. I don't know how she said this in Yoruba. I think that's what she said. It will push your shoe, that it will go very it will flow very well or something. So I don't use stuff like that. We never grew up using stuff like that. So anyway, the men there were like, what exactly will it do for men? So the woman told them that, okay, now it would help their sexual enhancement. They would, you get now, they'll be strong. Their body will be gish. So the Sha said that they are not buying Sha. Then we left. And then if I tell you that these men started talking about period inside the Marriott where I was the only lady, these men literally, they dissected women. Like women's menstrual period, women's menstruation, women's body. They dissected every part of it. And I was like, I'm I'm saying this now, it's like story, or it's like I don't even know, it's actually very funny, because I at the point I couldn't keep myself from laughing, because it was actually very funny but very uncomfortable at the same time. I don't know what led this man to involve me in this conversation. But next thing I heard was, when a woman, they said it in Yoruba, I don't know how to say it, when a woman is menstruating and she has sex, it is painful. And then the man at the front the man that was at the front, that was sitting beside the driver, because you know in Marwa there are people that there's this person that sits beside the rider. So the man at the front literally turned and looked at me and asked, Abishe mo paranti? And I was like, what? So one, that insinuated 2 things: that you think I'm free to talk about my period or my menstruation, and 2, you just assume I'm sexually active. Is that what you're saying? Anyway, this, I don't know if people get what I'm saying. Basically, they were like, when you have sex, when the lady has sex on her period, it's painful or it hurts or something. And then the man at the front turned and asked me, or auntie, or he said abi auntie. When you say abi auntie, am I abi? How do you even say it? Abi auntie, shame or paroni? And then that basically translates to, auntie, am I lying? And the look on my face was not even that of amusement anymore. It turned to pure disgust. I don't know. I feel like the other men in the bus felt it was uncomfortable to ask someone that question too. So at that point, they all kept quiet. Nobody even looked at me. Only that man that was still looking at me, expecting me to answer. And I was like, if I push you out of this marijuana, will you die? That's the question you're asking. Basically, that was what actually happened. And then the man had to get down like a few minutes. I didn't reply, obviously, because that was a very, very uncomfortable question. One, you're asking me about my sexual life. Two, you're asking me about my womanly life, my menstruation. Why would you that's not comfortable to talk to with anybody that is not your mother or your sister or your friend, girl. This weekend was just a very disgusting weekend. It started with that woman and then the men, and I was like, you know what, this is not even it for me at all. And then I got to my bus stop and I got down, and then I looked at all the men around and I just eased and walked away. I'm sure they knew I was very disgusted, because I think there's a limit to which you don't know. Nigerians have this thing. They feel anybody you meet in a bus you can talk to. They have this thing that when you meet someone in the bus, people become family for that small amount of time you guys use before you get to your destination. No, fam, not everybody is like that. When you are talking and you notice that people are not comfortable with what you are talking about, shut the fuck up, please. Don't talk about menstruation, don't talk about pregnancy, don't talk about delivery, don't talk about sex, don't talk about anything that you know people would not be comfortable about or comfortable with in a bus. That is, not everybody wants to be your family or want to have that small amount of time relationship with you before they get to their destination. Not especially girls. If you want to talk to men, talk to men. Talk about men stuff. Talk about football. Talk about the government. I'm comfortable with that question, with those questions or with those issues. Don't talk about sex. Don't talk about period. Don't talk about delivery. Don't talk about pregnancy of any sort. Don't talk about anything that you know that people won't be comfortable listening to or hearing in a bus. Please. A bus is not family reunion. But anyway, my weekend was a very eventful weekend. I really don't want to experience anything like what I experienced this weekend ever again in my life. So basically that is it. If you know you've had any kind of experience like this with Amebo Nigerians, be sure to comment down in the comment section below and I will definitely reply. Let us know if anything like what I explained today has happened to you. See you on my next video. Bye.